The South African International Renewable Energy Conference gets underway at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. It is the 6th in a series of global conferences and is a global platform for the advancement of renewable energy. It is being hosted by the Department of Energy in conjunction with the South African National Energy Development Institute, as well as the Renewable Energy Policy Network for the 21st century. The conference comes as energy experts say that South Africa is currently one of the most attractive markets for large-scale renewable energy projects in the world. While the country remains critically low on generation capacity, renewable energy has emerged as an important player in the energy mix here in South Africa. Now, for more on that, we joined on the line by Celine Paton, who is an energy expert with Frost and Sullivan International. And of course, thank you very much for joining us on our program.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
All right. For somebody who doesn't know what we mean by renewable energy, can you please explain that?
Yes, of course. I think the distinction is, so conventional energy is actually the production of electricity based on the combustion of fossil fuels, like fossil finite resources, being it could be gas, coal, or oil, and also the nuclear power. Whereas renewable energy is actually based on resources that can restore themselves over a short period of time and that do not diminish. So those resources are infinite, and that is obviously the sun, wind, of the earth, heat with geothermal, and also biomass.
One would ask oneself if the South African community has the capacity to generate renewable energy and really to a larger scale, because I mean we've got the industry consumers of electricity, you've got household, and we've got other business consumers, like for example in your regular CBD area. Do we have that capacity to produce renewable energy?
Yes, I think this is, of course, a very important question. And I think that South Africa has made tremendous progress since the last 4 years when it started the Renewable Energy Independent Procurement Program. So South Africa, I think, managed, as of June 2015, they managed to actually procure 6.3 gigawatts of renewable energy, being mainly wind and solar PV, CSP technologies. So this is a lot of progress, and thanks to very strict rules for local content, there has been a lot of learning within the country, with a lot of companies establishing businesses in South Africa. They came with the expertise from overseas, from Europe, from the States, from China, and from Japan, of course. And they had really the opportunity to give and transfer the knowledge locally. So I think now what we see is really like a local manufacturing industry which is now emerging, where we have factories which are actually building inverters, different parts of the solar or the wind farms. So this is actually a very, very good progress. And a lot of knowledge now is becoming available in South Africa. So actually, I was at one of the latest presentations. The Minister of Energy just announced that they would implement 18 gigawatts of renewable energy power by 2030. For the country, this is tremendous. This is a huge, huge progress. And I think that now the government is really keen to diversify the electricity mix, going away from coal, and renewable energy will play a big role into the power generation of South Africa.
Mm-hmm. Well, just very briefly, I mean, if you look at COP17 that was hosted in South Africa and now going to COP21 that's going to be hosted by France later on in December, most of the time you would have countries struggling with committing themselves to reducing emissions. And at the moment, renewable energy, some countries do not want to commit to that because they've got resources that produce conventional energy and would not like to abandon that and resort to renewable energy programs like solar and wind, as you have already alluded to that. So what will this conference come up with in terms of addressing this intransigency of the big powers who don't want to commit?
Yeah, I think it's not only about commitment now. The thing is, South Africa is in such a situation where they need power. They need a lot of power and very quickly. And also, they need power that is affordable. So now what changed recently is that the last couple of years, the cost of building renewable energy power plants has tremendously diminished. So that means that now renewable energy can actually compete with other type of conventional energy that we used to see in the past, such as, of course, coal, like you say, nuclear that we have now also in South Africa, of course. So now the thing is, it's not only a commitment. Now South Africa has to go that way, and they will go that way. We can already see it with the very successful renewable energy IPP program. So this is not only commitment, this is actually happening now. And I think that's something that a lot of countries in sub-Saharan Africa must understand. It's not only about committing to goals, but it's actually implementing it. And I think South Africa has made a lot of progress in terms of regulation to actually promote the emergence of renewable energy in the country. Of course, it's still a learning curve, and there are still a lot of questions that need to be answered, but they are certainly going into the right direction.
All right. Thank you very much for making time to talk to us. We are on the line to Celine Paton, who is an energy expert with Frost and Sullivan International, giving us her perspective about renewable energy based on the forthcoming conference that will be underway in Cape Town. And of course, we'll keep you abreast with the development and anything that comes out of that conference. Well,